previous example. Let's read it together. It says the admission office of the university is requested to write a program that reads records for multiple students. So it's a table of data. Each row or each record consists of first name followed by GPA followed by a letter code, either F or M, for male and female. So the letter code F is used for female students and M for male students. Let us first define the data, and then we will come back and see what is requested in this program. So here is the program in JGrasp. So we need a name, and also we need a GPA, which is double, and we need gender, which is char, and gender here could be male or female. The question says, assume the number of records is unknown and the program stops reading when the word stop, ignore case is entered as the student name. So here the program or the problem statements say that you need to continuously read records of students, and when when the word stop is entered as the name, then your program should stop reading. So this is like a sentinel controlled while loop, but the sentinel is not a number, the sentinel is a word. And when it says ignore case, it means you have to, it means it should accept stop in any case. Since name is the sentinel, so first we will display a message to the user. We tell enter name, GPA, and gender. We can say between a bracket M for male, F for female, and maybe we could print on the next line another message by saying enter stop for the name to stop reading. So this is what the message will appear on the screen. Enter name, GPA, and gender, M for male, F for female. Enter stop for the name to stop reading. And here we will start reading first name, and name will be n.next as one word because it says first name. And then we will check now for the sentinel that it should not be equal to stop. So at the end, remember that at the end you have to read name again dot next, and when you enter the loop here, read the rest of the data. And what is the rest of the data? We need to read GPA n dot next double, and we need to read gender, and we are going to read it as a single word, and then we will take char at 0. So we have a table of columns, 3 columns, name, GPA, and gender. We check for name as a sentinel, and if it is not equal to stop, we will enter the loop and read the remaining columns. Now, how to check if the user has typed stop or not? Remember that in strings we cannot say equal equal. We cannot say name equal equal the word stop because strings are not a primitive, they are class based. So we need to use a method. Now for that method, remember we have 2 methods. One is equals and the other one is equals ignore case. Since it says ignore case, then we are going to use equals ignore case, and we will put stop as a parameter. But remember that here you are testing if it's equal to stop. So in the beginning, when the user enter a name, it's not equal to stop, so immediately will go out. So here you need to put the negation, so you have to put not here. So while name is not equal stop, then you go and read inside. And then we need to know what we need to do, okay, when we read a record of each student. We write a program that reads first name, the GPA, and the letter code for every student and displays on the screen the following. So we need to display on the screen the following. The number of students named Ahmed. When it says number of students, then this is counting. So, and remember for counting what you're supposed to do. So let us solve this part, which is asking for the number of students who named Ahmed. So for part A, we need to define a counter as an integer, and I'm going to call it Ahmed count because it will be used for counting how many Ahmed students do we have in the table. And we make it equal to 0 because this is a counter. And inside the loop, we will check for name is Ahmed. And here we cannot say equal, so we will say name dot equals, ignore case, and we write Ahmed. If the name is Ahmed, then we will increase Ahmed count plus a plus. And when we go out from the loop, then we will say system dot out dot println. We will say number of students named Ahmed is, and we will print Ahmed count. But we forgot something here. We need to count how many records. So I'm going to define also a variable count, and this will count how many records do we have in the table, and we will increase it immediately after we read the whole data. So we will say count plus a plus, and we will use this one when we exit the loop, and we say if count equal 0, then we need to do two things. The first thing, we display a message println by saying no data is entered, and we should go out from the program, exit, and I'll put -1. And this is going to be for part A because we are going to print how many students named Ahmed. So let's run the program at this stage. So I'm going to run it. If there are hopefully no errors. Yes, there are no errors. So so the message is displayed on the screen. It says enter name, GPA, and etc. I have already prepared the data, okay, in a file. So we have Ahmed 3.4 GPA male. I will copy it and give it to the program directly. And now when I press stop, okay, I will go to the program now. Here, this is our program. When we press stop, oh sorry, I have to press stop inside here, and then see it says number of students named Ahmed is 2. And in fact, really we have 2. We have Ahmed, this is the first one, and we have Ahmed, this is the second one. So part A is solved. In part B, it is asking for the number of students whom GPAs are above 3. Again, it says number of students, so this is counting. So we need to count how many students have GPA above 3. Like what we have done for part A, we need to define a counter for above, or let's say GPA, let's say high GPA. So we assume high GPA is above 3 and we make it equal to 0. And inside the loop, and this is going to be for part B, we will check for GPA. If it is above or equal to 3.0, then we will increase high GPA counter plus a plus, and then we will print on the output screen. And this is going to be for part B. We will print on the output screen number of students whom GPA above or equal to 3.0 is, and here we print high GPA. Again, we would like to run the program and see what it is going to give us. So I will simply copy. So I will copy the data again. Control C, run the program. We don't have any errors, so we will paste the data, and now I'm going to press enter. So number of students from GPA above 3 is 3. So let us check. This is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Really, we have 3 students. In part C, it is asking for the name that has the maximum GPA. Now the question is not asking for maximum GPA, it is asking for the name who has the maximum GPA. So for this part, you need to think about two things. The first thing, find the maximum GPA first, and then I will show you how to find the name who has the maximum GPA. Since it is asking for the name with the maximum GPA, find first the maximum GPA. To find the maximum GPA, we need a variable. And since GPA is double, so we are going to define a variable. I'm going to call it max GPA. And again, for safety, put 0 inside it, and this is outside the loop. Now, inside the loop, this is for part C. Put if statement, and it says if count equal 1 or GPA greater than maximum GPA, and then maximum GPA will be equal to GPA. But now this will give me the maximum GPA. It will not give me the name who has the maximum GPA. Let us just do it this way, and let me just print the maximum GPA. So this is for part C. We will have system.out.println, and we will say the maximum GPA is, and it will print max GPA. Up to here, let us see how the program is going to run. So run the program. So it is asking for now the data. We will give the whole data, and now I'll press enter. And see, it says the maximum GPA is really 3.7, and it is for Sausan. See, 3.7. Now, how to print the name Sausan who got the maximum GPA? You need to do just little change to the program. You will go up, and since you are looking for the maximum GPA, maximum name, the name who has the maximum GPA, so go to the name, go to string, and define a variable, call it max name, and put anything inside it. Put just empty string, put nothing inside it, and inside the part that check for maximum, in addition to updating maximum GPA, also put the name that has the maximum GPA inside max name. So the variable max name will keep a track of the name who has the maximum GPA. So in the beginning, we will check whether maximum GPA has the maximum GPA or not. If yes, then we will save the name who has the maximum GPA onto max name. And when we go to print, we're not going to print the maximum GPA. We will print the name who has the maximum GPA, and instead of max GPA, we will print max name. And this is what you're supposed to do. If it is asking for other data than the maximum, then you first find the maximum and then assign a variable for the other data that is linked to the maximum. Now run the program. Give the data and press enter, and see the name who has the maximum GPA is Sausan. The last part now in our program, is to find the average GPA for female and male students respectively. So we need to find the average GPA for female and male. Remember, for finding the average, you need the summation and count as well. So here we need 4 variables. One for male summation, another one for female summation, third one for number of male, and fourth will be number of female. So we need now, let's go to the data declaration, and because the summation is double, so we will have male sum equal to 0, and we will have female sum is also equal to 0. Now we need to count how many male and how many female, so we will say male count equal to 0, and female count is also equal to 0. When we go inside the loop, this is going to be for part D. We will check for gender. Maybe I can use a switch here. Okay, maybe I can use a switch on gender, because maybe we have small letter, capital letter. First we will check for male, and if this is the case, then we need to do 2 things. First of all, we need to increase male count. Second, we need to add the GPA, so male sum plus equal GPA, because we need to find the average GPA. And then we will have break. In case we have capital letter F, or we have a small letter f, then this is for female students, so we increase female count, and also female sum, we will add it to GPA, and again we will have a break. And default, okay, for default we will print invalid system dot out dot println invalid gender. Now let us see and run the program and see the result, but still we need to print the averages. We did not print the averages. So part D, system dot out dot println, and we will say the male average, the male students average is, and how to find the average. So we will say male students average is, it should be the summation, which is male sum divided by male count, and this should be also repeated for female students, and we change here, we say female sum over female count. Let us check for errors first. So we will click compile. There are errors. So where is the error? It says switch gender. Okay, let me see, where is the error? Where is the, oh, the error is here, switch. Okay, and now let's check for errors again. And what do we have here? It says expected, okay, semicolon expected. Run it again. Though, so there are no errors. So we will run the program. Let me copy first the data. Control C, and we will go and run the program. Now run it. So it is asking for the data, and we press enter. So male students average is this, we need to verify this, and female or female students average is also given. So female, we will correct it here, and we are done for this problem.